Yes, indeed.
Hey folks, Dave here, and welcome back to the Backyard Battlefield, my real-world firearms series, where today I want to talk just briefly about some plans I'm working on to upgrade my setup for going out and target shooting and recording for these videos. Now, most of the locations that I have to go out to use to target shoot at long ranges are generally a good 45 minutes or hour away from my house. This means that whatever I want to shoot that day, be it the rifles, the shotguns, the pistols, it all has to be packed up in an SUV and my small Civic and driven out to where we're going to shoot. Along with that, I also have to bring along all of the ammo we're going to shoot for every caliber, the table, the tarps, the range bag, the cleaning kit, and you've got your targets, your target stands, your cardboard, your staplers, your bowling pins. As you guys can tell, it can get out of hand really quickly, so what I've been working on over the last few months as some cooler weather approaches and we're finally getting past this scorching hot summer is I'm trying to get a really nice deployable range set up where I can pack the car up in just an hour or so, get all of the guns and gear that I want to use for that day, go out and actually be able to set up and get shooting without an hour of setup time just to shoot for a couple of hours and get some filming done. Now, a second big part of what I'm trying to improve on is our targets. In the past, we've had some fun with some tannerite, as well as traditional paper targets, bowling pins, stuff like that. But something that I've always wanted to do is have a nice steel setup for shooting. From what I've seen online, with awesome guys like Hickok45, shooting steel is the ultimate goal. Just the reaction and the ding and everything else, there's nothing else like it. It really just adds a lot to the target shooting experience. But, like I already mentioned, I essentially have to pack my entire gun range with me when I go out to film or shoot, so shooting steel has always been a bit of an obstacle. Recently though, I finally bit the bullet, a minor pun intended, and I picked up a couple of steel targets to see if I could make them easily transportable. Now, this is not a sponsored video, I'm really just trying these products out, but here's what I picked up to try out. From shootsteel.com, I noticed a 5/16 of an inch AR500 silhouette target was on sale. It's only 9.6 inches by 20 inches, and at 5/16 thickness, it's not really anything more than a pistol target. But what's really cool is it's designed in just 3 pieces. So it flat packs, it's heavy, it's steel, but you just take those 3 pieces, take it out of the back of the car, put them together, and it stands up by itself, and you're done. I really liked that system, and I'm going to do some looking and see if I can find some additional targets that are basically self-supporting like that, and also easy to flat pack into the back of the car for transportation. Coming up, I'd like to do some build videos as I turn my new M1A into essentially an M14 DMR rifle for just some fun long-range plinking. And to go along with that, I knew it was time to try a serious long-range steel gong. So from shootingtarget7.com, I am trying out his 16-inch AR500 steel, half-inch thick gong. This thing is a monster. I'm sure my postal carrier is not super happy with me for ordering all this stuff. But the idea is, this gong can actually take a 5.56 round, which is traveling at the muzzle like 2,600 feet per second. It can take that hit and not even ding it. As long as you are at least 200 yards away for 5.56, or at least 150 yards for 308, which my M1A fires, you won't be able to hurt this target at all. The only downside is you gotta figure out a way to hang it so it actually reacts. Now, on that same website, which I think, it was Shooting Target 7 for the Gong, it does have a really nice target stand and mounting kit. It uses easily replaceable nuts and bolts and chains, as well as a support leg system that just takes a 2x4, and you just hang your gong from that. The idea being if you hit the 2x4, that's easily replaceable. The stand is a bit expensive though, at $100 just for that setup, and I was worried just a bit with how well that would flat pack, so I went to Home Depot and picked up a couple of $16 foldable and collapsible sawhorses, then 2 $5 metal plates to hold a 2x4, and some nuts and bolts. I think I went for the 3/16 of an inch diameter thickness. This required just an hour or so of work to put together, just to pre-cut the sawhorses for the bolts, to put the nuts together, and then assemble the chains and Gong target system onto the 2x4. But once I had it together, I had a basically flat packable support for the Gong target that was very lightweight and not very expensive. Again, it's just $16 for each one of those sawhorses, so I figured if I shoot them to pieces within a few months, they're not too bad to replace. I've taken this out and shot a few hundred rounds at it from both my AR-15 and the M1A, and I'm happy to say that it has held up pretty well. I've shot it 3 times, all 3 of them were me shooting it, of course, and it's held up quite well. The Gong didn't flip it or knock it aside, and as I expected, shooting steel is an absolute blast. I've been wanting to do this for years, and I'm super excited to get out there and hopefully add some additional steel targets to this set, and see what else I can come up with for making the targets a bit more reactive and a bit more fun, because I want to get super good with the iron sights on this M1A, and I also have to match Jerem Gaming's pistol shot with his M9 9mm on the Gong at 180 yards. Look at this.
Whoa. With the pistol? Uh-huh.
I wasn't recording, crap.
I was.
I guarantee you I can't hit that again.
Do it.
That is a proud man right there. Now, he couldn't do it twice, but still, he did it once, and that's what counts. I've also got a few tricks up my sleeve for some upcoming build videos, not just the M1A turning into a DMR. I also have a few relatable backyard battlefield videos planned out, with possibly some famous weapons from World War I showing up in honor of Battlefield 1's World War I setting. But all of that is just a collection of ideas right now, so stay tuned for that. For now, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you out there on the backyard battlefield again soon.